Hello? Hello? Is this fucking thing on? Hello? Can you hear me? Hick. Excuse me, but I have had quite a few scotches, and I feel one of my rent's coming on. But where are my manners? Renowned physicist, an all-round great guy, Professor Stephen Hawkin, here. And no, I am not related to the singer Justin, from the rock band named The Darkness. Although I do believe in a thing called love. Anyway, listen up to what I have to say, because my opinions are basically fact. This is due to the fact that I have a vastly superior intellect compared to someone like yourself. Don't get me wrong, I am not better than you, only infinitely more intelligent. The difference between your intelligence and mine is somewhat like the canyon of difference regarding the knowledge retained by a monkey to that of a slug. Myself being the monkey, and you, of course, being the slug. Anyway, stop watching pornography for 5 minutes, and you might just learn something. Today's subject is royalty. We read about them all the time. But what are they really like? I believe that the monarchy is a relic that has somehow miraculously survived into this age. Rather like jazz music and Morris dancing, but incredibly more pointless if such an outcome is possible. Also, I believe that the Queen has a big old hairy minge, and that Prince Philip cannot satisfy her due to his tiny penis not touching the size. I think he is a homosexual, not that it matters, anyway. I have nothing personal against the Queen, even though she ignored my advances at a recent Science Award ceremony by pretending she could not understand my voice synthesizer. She then asked me, "What is it that you do?" Before moving on to Brian fucking Cox, who I absolutely detest. I invented the universe, mate. Who the fuck does he think he is? He rides on my coattails. Comes in on latest wave of rock and roll scientists claiming all my fucking thunder. What a twat. But anyway, where were we? Ah yes, royalty. People often defend the royals by uttering comments such as, "But they bring a lot of money into the country via tourism." Do they bollocks, you stupid cunt? If they weren't here, we could turn all their massive fucking palaces into public galleries, museums, or even theme parks, and then tourism would go through the roof. Let's face it, anyone who thinks that royalty has a place in today's society is clinging to an outdated medieval tradition, like a baby who clings to a teddy bear and would probably shit at Snappy if that teddy bear was taken away. And I am uber intelligent, so don't try and argue with me. I'll wipe the fucking floor with you and knock the granny out of you. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, royalty. They only exist to sell newspapers. And it's usually the shittiest newspapers that they sell. The papers, designed to dumb down the already dumbed down dumbasses like yourself, whose taxes the royals cream off so they can continue with their extravagant lifestyles. While most of the world walk around in their own shit and piss. Tabloids like the Daily fucking Mail and the Poxy Sun. The only decent thing in the Sun is the sport. Oh, and page 3. I love to look at a nice pair of knockers in the morning. I love tits, me. I would imagine that the Queen requires the help of male escorts in order to give the royal Fangita a good old-fashioned seeing to. We should rise up and check them out. I can't rise up too well these days, but I will gladly sit back and dictate how the uprising should be orchestrated. It's not as if they are going to starve now, is it? I mean, if they do get a bit hard up, the male royals could get some part-time work on a building site, and the female royals could always go on the game. I know I'd pay handsomely to give that Sarah Ferguson a good old rogering, wouldn't you? Remember when she was sucking that bald bloke's toes? For... not our governor. Know what I mean? Do ya? I bet she's well dirty in bed. And what about those princes Harry and William? One of them is ginger. Hello? How did that happen? Look at Major James Hewitt. He's a ginger too, and he was giving Diana a prodding. Gingerism has not been in the royal family tree since Queen Elizabeth I, and she didn't have any children, which killed off the ginger gene in the 17th century. So eventually Diana copped off with a Muslim and highlighted the awful business of landmines that were basically built in Britain. Doesn't that make you feel proud? So she had to go, and the Secret Services soon saw to that. Ha ha ha. That reminds me, I heard that Kate Middleton asked the Queen what is the secret to a long and happy marriage to Prince William. To which the Queen replied, always wear a seatbelt, and don't ever fucking piss me off. My name is Professor Stephen Hawkins. No relation to the singer from the darkness. Good night.